Welcome to 10 out of 10, where we review products and services I use to run my small business and give them a rating of 1 through 10 in under 10 minutes. My name's Terrence Thornton. Let's get started. Seven cases, and 3 months later, I finally have a case for my iPhone 12 Pro Max. Which one worked for me? Stick around. Most videos and pictures that are taken at my school or taken at a tournament are not taken by me. Many times I'll give my camera to a student. If it's a kid's class, I give it to a kid. If it's a teen's class, I give it to a teen, and so on. We usually support at least 3 tournaments a year, and I would give my phone to an adult, and they would have it the whole day taking pictures. So I say this because protection for the phone is important, but since I'm the one that always carries the phone, I also wanted something that's not going to really add to the footprint and size of the phone. Here were my choices. Now for the pros and cons of each case. For the Mous case, durability. Of course, you can buy a lot of durable cases, but I like that they didn't do it at the expense of size. Usually, if you get a phone that has the durability reputation that the Mous cases have, it's going to be a big, bulky case. And remember, I didn't want to really increase my footprint much larger than the phone itself. So I like the fact that they have their own technology, their air shock, and it's built within the case. So you can kind of see where this green actually moves, right? So this is what absorbs most of the impact of your drop. The cons, I would say, is that it's heavy, especially once you add the wallet. Also, the price. This case costs $70, $69.99, right? And the wallet itself, you can get, they have 2 options, side loading like what I have, and the top loading. So the side loading wallet is an additional $30. So you're looking at $100 for the combination. Next is the Apple case. The Apple case, the pros, its size, and the feel. This probably felt the softest and the best, but using, I'm gonna go with the peel, okay? When using it and you're holding the phone in your hand and just, it pushing against your fingers and everything, the peel actually felt the best. And for the cons, I would say feel and price. Now, how could feel be a con as well? I only use each one for a week, but I just feel that this is gonna get dirty. This really feels like it absorbs moisture and anything that might be in your hands. You put it in your pocket, whatever's in your, so I just feel that if I kept this long term and I gave you like a 1, 2, or 3 month review, this is gonna show some either wear and tear or some type of dirt on it. I feel that this is gonna show a lot more wear and tear. For the Steel Beauty. Now, even though I bought this off of Facebook, they do have their own website. The only benefit for me on this was price. I believe I paid $16.99, $17 for the case. And, so it was, for me, I felt a low risk purchase. But the cons for me, one are the fingerprints. So I used this for about a week. You can see all the fingerprints on the case itself, right? And also, it's very slippery. I mean, I'm not grabbing it super light, but any other case that I grab with that same lightness, it's going to hold. It's not going to slide, right? So for this, if you're prone to drop your phone, especially just from like picking it up type of thing, or you're using it and you're kind of like nodding off and falling asleep, it's going to slide out. And this is sliding really with no weight in it. So you put your phone in there, it could be a problem. The peel case, I would say the pros on this for me were the size. It's the smallest, slimmest, most conforming case of all the cases here. And even they say their words is it's perfectly framed, right? So when you actually look at the case, this case and Apple are the only ones that actually drill the holes right where the speakers are. I'm not sure if, if that matters as far as like sound quality wise. The cons for this case would be, I question its safety. On their website, they use the word added protection. And so you could wrap it in anything and have it, use the word added protection, because it's just adding more protection than what the phone does by itself, right? So I think they're very careful and selective in their wording, and so they're not going to, give you any drop ratings. At least I didn't see it on their website. The ESR case, the pros, the kickstand, and also the price. I mean, for this technology right here, just to be able to do the different angles, right? And also for it to be pretty sturdy in the vertical mode is huge. And it's not adding a lot of bulk to the size, right? You have like a little bump here, and that's it. And this case costs less than $20. I believe it's like $17.99 or $18.99. And so for the price, which is the second Pro on this, it's huge. And the cons, I really couldn't think of any. They have something, I believe they called it SOS military grade drop protection. They didn't give it a like how many feet rating, but again, I'm not prone to drop my phone. This clicks in pretty solid. When with the peel, I would question if it's all the way in sometimes. So I feel safer with this phone. I do want to go back to feelings on this one though. This one felt the best in the hand. I think this is a little rounder than the iPhone case, and just using it, it just felt better, right? So not necessarily picking it up. Picking it up, this takes the prize, but actually using it, checking through your emails or whatever it is, playing a game, long term in your hand for 5, 10, 15 minutes, this felt good. This one I just started using almost a week ago, about 4 days ago, and I like this case. The pros on this is that it, just like the Apple and just like the Mous, has its own magnets, right? So we're not relying on the thinness of the case to get to the magnet of the phone. Like the Mous, it also has its own little ecosystem. Probably even closer to the iPhone, because you can buy the chargers with this. You can get the wallet as well with this, right? So its own wallet. So its own ecosystem is great, and the magnet, I believe, is great. Especially this little magnet that I was telling you about, which you could basically mount anywhere. The cons though will be the weight. Peel case comes in at 25 grams. The iPhone silicone case is 35 grams. ESR Kickstand Case, 47 grams. The MagBak Case, 44 grams. I was wrong on that one. And the Steel Beauty Case from Facebook, 61 grams. And the Mous Limitless 3.0 case, 59 grams. After 3 months of testing, which case is staying on my phone? The winner is the MagBak. I picked this case for what's being displayed here. Its ability to use the wallet also as a kickstand. So I can use it in vertical mode as well as horizontal mode. And it's actually very strong. So I'm very impressed with this case. Here are the scores. For fit, I gave the MagBak case an 8.5. I gave it the score because when I received the product, They sent a letter with it apologizing for the delay and saying that they've had some fit issues with their case, and that if I experience any fit issues to let them know, and they'll be glad to replace it. Although that's great service to offer that, but in the back of my mind, it always made me wonder, what was wrong with their cases? Did I get one of those cases? Is there something that I'm missing? So, it really put a lot of questions in my mind and made me wonder what was wrong and is in the case that I'm using now. For size, I gave it a 9.0. For this case to have its own ecosystem and work with the Mag wallet and other magnet devices, it has magnets embedded in it. This is a very conforming minimal case, which is what I was looking for. For the ecosystem, I gave it a 9. This has a pretty deep bench of products, whether it's their wallet, their car mount, their magnetic mount, their mustache mounts, and they even have the sanitizer for your case, or for your phone. So you put the whole phone in and it actually sanitizes as well. For protection, I gave it a 7.5. There really isn't much protection unless you drop it on the corners. The corners do have these little air pockets that will absorb most of the impact before it transfers to the phone. But if you drop the phone on the side or you drop it flat, I really don't see where the protection will be. The MagBak case gets a total score of 8.5.